Juvenile delinquency is a major problem in the U.S., and there are many factors attributed to it. And to try to measure the crime that is being committed is very hard due to certain factors. According to Taylor and Frisch, the lapse in the recording of delinquent statistics makes it very hard to think about juvenile crime and policymaking. Other factors that make it difficult are sealed records. Each jurisdiction maintains separate records and collects information differently, and some juveniles are never detained, therefore record is never made. According to Taylor and Frisch, theorists argue over the cause of a juvenile becoming delinquent. Some theorists believe it is due to TV, music, or the occult, while others believe it is social, familial, economical, and political. Whatever your stance or belief on the matter is, there is no denying there are certain risk factors and protective factors that can attribute to a juvenile becoming delinquent, and not one factor or lack of one factor makes or doesn't make a juvenile delinquent. I feel the protective factors are more effective in helping the youth than the risky factors. According to the National Criminal Justice Reference Service website, or the NCJRS, there are many protective factors to help the youth and kind of guide them on the right path. These protective factors offset the onset of delinquency via four main processes: reducing risk, reducing negative chain reactions, establishing self-esteem and self-efficacy, and opening up opportunities. The NCJRS shares a statistic that a 10-year-old exposed to 6 or more risky factors is 10 times as likely to commit a violent act by 18 as a 10-year-old exposed to only one risk factor. An entire list of risk and protective factors can be found on the NCJRS website. So instead of our youth being exposed to risk factors such as abusive parents, neglect, and exposure to violence in TV and games, just to name a few, let's introduce them to love and guidance. Some of the protective factors are warm, supportive relationships, parental monitoring, and parents' positive evaluation of peers. I feel other protective factors, such as getting good grades in school, positive peer interaction, and positive social interaction, just to name a few, will come into play when they are showed the value of being positive and proactive. And to help foster these positive attitudes, there are plenty of community and recreational programs set up to help our youth be occupied in something good and stay off the streets. According to the website corrections.com, the Department of Education shows youth are more likely to commit crimes between the hours of 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. That is why there are many recreational programs set up, such as after-school sports, dancing, rock climbing, and drama, to name a few. And there are plenty of community programs, such as Boys and Girls Clubs, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and church youth groups. Get them involved in something positive and give them meaning in their life and set them on the right path. Hopefully with positive interaction and guidance, we can start getting our youth back on the right track again. And after all, aren't the youth our future?